Hey there, Saints. Pastor Dave here with a weekly devotional for all the Saints. I'm going to start today with a reading from C.S. Lewis's collected works, and this one's from Mere Christianity. The topic is reality. He says, "Besides being complicated, reality in my experience is usually odd. It is not neat, not obvious, not what you expect. For instance, when you've grasped that the Earth and the other planets all go around the sun, you would naturally expect that all the planets were made to match, all at equal distances from each other, say, or distances that regularly increased, or all the same size, or else getting bigger or smaller as you go further from the sun. In fact, you find no such rhyme or reason that we can see. Some of the planets have moons, some do not. The sizes and distances are all out of order. One has rings. Reality, in fact, is usually something you could not have guessed. And that is one of the reasons I believe in Christianity. It's a religion you could not have guessed. If it offered us just the kind of universe that we had always expected, I should feel we were making it up. But in fact, it is not the sort of thing anyone would have made up. It has just that odd twist about it that real things have. So, Saints, I can't remember how old I was when I started to realize that all the movies, all the TV shows, all the books that I'd encountered all had happy endings. And that was kind of disappointing to me. I wondered why there weren't stories that had, I don't know, more realistic endings. And as I continue to grow and to experience more fiction and more reality, I think I've figured out that people like stories with happy endings because real life doesn't have them. People tend to enjoy closure and resolution, and our regular day-to-day doesn't often have that. And so there's this difference between reality and fiction, in that fiction tends to be neater. It tends to fit within our expectations. It all gets wrapped up in a neat package by the end, and real life doesn't. Lewis is kind of pointing at the same thing with faith. That if our faith was neat and tidy, if it could all be wrapped up and understood, and if we had answers to every question we could ask, if all of it made sense to us, then we should be a little bit suspicious. Because the only kinds of things that really make complete sense are the things that we came up with ourselves. The only time the story follows the pattern that it's supposed to is when we make it do that. And so a faith like Christianity that's full of mystery, that's full of things we can't explain, that's full of, a God and a spirit who surprises us, who calls us to things that we wouldn't have expected, that actually seems more real and more true than one that made complete sense to us. Friends, I don't know, maybe that's a new thought for you, maybe that's something that you've already realized long ago, but the idea that the God we follow is not a God who we have invented, who doesn't fit into our patterns, our expectations. That makes that God all the more trustworthy and all the more likely to be real. That's your devotional for this week, Saints. Think about it. Let me know what you think, and hope that's an interesting thought for you going forward this week. Y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon.